Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Sutek, and it's 8:14 a.m. on Wednesday, the 24th. And I wanted to talk about something very specific today. I wanted to talk about ICOs, ICO saturation, and ICO exit scams. Because me personally, I'm at the point where I think ICOs are at a saturation level. All right, the market is saturated with a lot of copycat ICOs, or ICOs that do very similar things. And, as the profitability of ICOs grows, there seems to be more and more tentatively, dubious ICOs out there trying to grab your money. And what I try to do is I try to vet all of them the best I can. I start off with ICO bench and ratings, and then I try to find out, more of a background on the advisors and the team. All right. I like to see video interviews of the team, of the CEO, things of that nature. And it's hard to keep track of all of them because there's so many now, but I do my best. And I wanted to talk about this Benebit exit that took place a couple days ago, because I was actually looking at that ICO, but I skipped over it because the logo looked exactly almost like Dottie. So I skipped over it. Now I find out that they did an exit scam with $2.7 million of the investors' funds, and also that their whole team had made up profiles. All right, so they copy and pasted the profile photos for the team from other people, used fake names. All right, so this is John Lafferty guy. It's not real. So it's important. And you see the logo here. It's very much like Dottie. And this is also why, part of the reason why I wouldn't buy into Dottie either. Aside from the fact that they copied their white paper. They have nearly a very similar logo to Benebit. And ICO bench is trying to cover their butts. All right. If you Google Benebit, you can see the ICO bench rating, but they wiped it from their site. So they have egg on their face, basically. But anyway, so I'm just going to read some of this off to you. After the Benebit site went offline and the first tremor started reverberating across social media, the Telegram filled with memes of pink Wojaks and suicide prevention numbers. While some posters derived morbid humor from the situation, others were distraught. Although the blame for the scam lies firmly with its orchestrators, ICO review sites are also complicit for failing to perform due diligence. These supposed experts were supposed to be capable of sniffing out scams and promoting only genuine projects. As the maxim goes, do your own research and trust no one. So you really have to do your own research. I try to do the best research I can. All right, I try to find out things like this, if the team is legit. This is why I like Electronium so much, Titanium. Michael Stoller does tons of interviews. Richard Ells does interviews. Richard Ells takes you around his office. You see all the team members that you saw on the website. And there's a lot of other legit ICOs out there. Don't get me wrong. But we're in the saturation point, in my opinion. So there's so many ICOs to keep track of. It's hard to catch all of them. Some of them are going to go under the radar, like Benebit, and unfortunately run away. But the one I suspect to be similar to Benebit is Dottie, because Dottie has no working product. Dottie copy pasted parts of their white paper off of Sonum or Psalm, SNM. So I wouldn't trust Dottie either. That's just my personal take. Do what you want to do. They have a KYC, so they're checking up on people. But I'm not sure if Benebit had a KYC, but I don't trust Dottie either. That's another one I don't trust. So how do we actually find out or discover which ICOs are legit or not? Well, I have a few criteria I like to go by. One, I like to see the team is actually doing interviews. All right, if the team is actually doing interviews and you can actually see them and they're visible, they interact with people on Telegram and it's their actual profile, that's what I like to see. All right, because that means they're not planning on running, because they wouldn't give away, all of that FaceTime if they're planning on running away. All right, so the biggest thing with Benebit was the fake profiles. And that's a big thing with any ICO or investment, is obviously if they have fake profiles, it's remember ETH Connect? ETH Connect had fake profiles as well. But if they have fake profiles, it's a no-go. So you have to see the team. That's number one. All right, the team has to be visible. Video interviews are preferred. I prefer video interviews, but if you see them on Telegram, interacting with people, so on and so forth, that also helps. And then secondly, do they have a working product? If they have a working product that's an alpha, beta, that's another way that, or even beyond alpha or beta, if they're part of another company that's already has been established, like with the case with the Abyss ICO and the case with Live Edu, they already have user bases, they already have a company, and the ICO is just a branch off. All right, it's just a part of the tree of the original company. If that's the case, then that's also another piece of proof, in my opinion, that the ICO is totally legit. Scorum is another one. All right, they have a demo site up, and what else? There's a couple of other ones that I don't know off top, or I don't recall off top. But if they have a working product or a demo or alpha, beta, then that's another way that you can tell an ICO is a quality ICO. And then third things I like to check for is if it's a unique ICO and they have a problem they're addressing that nobody else is addressing, or they have a unique spin on a problem that exists and other ICOs did not address. So one of the things I notice a lot of these ICOs are, they're very similar. All right, there's a lot of ICOs that are simply payment gateways that have debit cards, things like that, and really no other purpose. All right, those I'm going to avoid. We see with Benebit, the whole idea was a point system for purchasing. All right, that's very easy to do, and there are other coins that have done that already. So that's something I wouldn't even bother with, because there's a lot of other points systems as far as crypto goes out there. So that's something I wouldn't mess with either. That's just something that I wouldn't deal with. That's what gold rewards was supposed to be. All right. But there's also other coins out there that deal with a rewards system. So Benebit, I wouldn't touch either for that reason. All right. There has to be more unique stuff out there. That's what I'll touch. The Abyss is more unique. Okay. Game Machine is more unique. Ladium is unique. Scorum is unique. And even though Scorum, there are other betting fantasy sports tokens out there. They're not like Scorum because Scorum does more. All right. So they put a unique spin on something that already exists. But a lot of these other ones, like Tokia is one I was looking at. They're just a payment gateway. They have a card. They're coming out with a card, and I really can't find anything unique about them at all. So that's one that I'm not going to mess with at all. So it's just important, guys, to have a certain criteria, even if it's your own criteria. I'm just sharing mine, but it's important to have your own criteria, maybe even take it a step further than I do in order to vet these ICOs and avoid things like Benebit and other ones that might exit. Because like I said, we're at a saturation point, and there's so many tokens out there. It's hard to keep track of all of them. All right, look how many here. 1486. All right, there's about 194 countries in the world. I think that's the number. And 190 or even less currencies in the world, because some regions use a regional currency, okay? Caribbean uses a regional currency. Other parts of the world use regional currencies. Europe does. So when you think about that, and then you think about 1,400 cryptos, that's a lot. Now, of course, most of these are garbage, and most of these are just dwindling down at the bottom with no users. And there's probably only about 100 or so that are really, really utilized, but there's still a lot. All right. And that's what I mean. And there's in a month, there's probably going to be, 1,600 or even more. So it's just increasing fast. So let's take a look at the market. We're up to 552 billion. We're recovering a bit. All right, Stellar's up 27%, Neo 20%, IOTA 10%, Qdom 12%, Populous 25%. So everything is up double digits, just about. And we're gonna have to wait to see Friday what happens and how the market reacts. But it's good to see we're in a slight recovery right now. But the futures contracts expire Friday, so we're gonna see what happens. Maybe we're beyond worrying about that, but we'll have to see. All right, just play smart. Play it smart. Name of the game. And, as more people get experience with exits and things of that nature, you'll become better at judging tokens, judging ICOs, and making better decisions. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.